Hello children. So welcome to AIMS India's online class session. Today from mathematics subject, whole numbers topic we are going to continue. So our today's concept is division. Division of whole numbers. Division of whole numbers. So first, operation of division. So here Prabha wants to rearrange a group of 8 girls into groups of 2 girls each. Means there are total 8 girls are there. She wants to arrange groups. Each group will be having 2 girls. So here each group should have 2 girls. Like that she wants to arrange 8 girls into groups. So now the question is, how many groups will be there if Prabha arranges like that? If Prabha arranges like that, how many groups will be there? So in multiplication we have learnt 4 2 times 8. So therefore, she can make 4 groups each having 2 girls. So that total 8 girls. It will be equal to 8 girls. So she can make 4 groups of 2 girls each. So this is the first group, second group, third group, fourth group. Like that she can arrange in 4 groups. In terms of multiplication, we can represent like this. So Prabha could also find how many groups of 2 are contained in 8 by subtracting as shown. So not only by multiplication, even by subtraction also she can do. So from 8, what she will do? She will remove 2. So then 6 will remain. Again from the 6, she will remove 2. 4 will remain. Again from the 4, she will remove 2. 2 will remain. Again from the 2, she will remove 2. 0 will remain. So by using different methods, either multiplication or either subtraction, we can set 8 girls into 4 groups of equal size, either by multiplication method or by subtraction method. Or the short way of saying that there are 4 groups of 2 is division. So 8 divided by 2 equals to 4. 8 divided by 2 equals to 4. It is read as 8 divided by 2 is equals to 4. So how many 2's are there in 8 means we have to divide 8 by 2. So 2 4 times 8. So that means there will be 4 groups. So okay. So here actually multiplication means joining of number of equal sized groups. Suppose I have 2 girls like that. If I have 4 groups, then what will be the total girls? Number of girls? 8 girls. Means here multiplication means it will join. So 4 into 2 means 2 girls each group. Like that 4 groups, we are joining them together. We are getting 8 girls. So multiplication is a kind of joining of equal sized groups. Whereas what about division? 8 divided by 2 equals to 4. What does it mean? There are total 8 girls are there. We are dividing into 2 girls. We are getting 4 groups. So this is a kind of separation. So division means it's a kind of separation of bigger group into smaller groups of equal size. So before division, there were 8 girls, which is a bigger group. After division, we got 4 groups. Each is having 2 girls. Each having 2 girls. So multiplication is a kind of joining. So division is a kind of separation of bigger group into smaller groups of equal size. So here multiplication can be thought as repeated addition, but division can be thought as repeated subtraction. So division is a kind of repeated subtraction. Repeated subtraction. So next. So properties of division. Properties of division. So closure property. Closure property. So we have to check, does the property of closure hold for division in whole numbers or not? So we can check it with an example. So 8 divided by 4 equals to 2, or 0 divided by 4, because 0 divided by any number equals to 0 only. So 0. Or 8 divided by 3. 8 is not divisible by 3. It is not exactly divisible by 3. So it will remain like 8 by 3. It will remain like 8 by 3. So if we observe these three examples, what we have observed? In the first case, 8 is a whole number, 4 is a whole number, 2 is a whole number. Means if two whole numbers are there, their division also whole number in first example. In second example also, division of two whole numbers, whole number, because 0 is a whole number. But whereas if we compare with third example, here 8 and 3 are whole numbers, but 8 by 3 does not belongs to, this symbol does not belongs to whole numbers. Means if two whole numbers are there, their division may be a whole number, may not be a whole number. It's not compulsory that it is a whole number. So for all numbers, the division is not a whole number. So what does it mean? So they are not closed. Which are not closed? Whole numbers are not closed under division property. Under division property. What does it mean, children? If A and B are two whole numbers, A divided by B may or may not be a whole number. May or may not be a whole number. Okay. So next, inverse operations. Inverse operations. So already we have learnt in multiplication, the operations of multiplication, division are inverse of each other. Or inverse of each other. Means if we have 8 divided by 4 equals to 2, this can be written as 4 will come this side. 4 times 2 equals to 8. So means division can be written as multiplication. So division is an inverse of multiplication, or multiplication is an inverse of division. Or we can write in another way also. Suppose 8 divided by 2 equals to 4, or 4 into 2 equals to 8. Like that also we can write. So multiplication, division, both are inverse of each other. Inverse of each other. Next, division by 0. Division by 0. So you know that 0 is divided by any natural number, but the result is always 0. So 0 by 17, 0 by 809, like that any bigger number you can take. So 0 by any number, any natural number equals to 0. Here we are telling any natural number. X is a natural number. If we take whole number, what we have to consider here? We have to consider 0. Means suppose in the numerator part if I have 2, denominator part 0. Now the question is, can we divide any number by 0? Can we divide any number by 0? Or can we divide any number by any whole number? Any number by any whole number? So the answer is no. Because any whole number we cannot tell. That's why we have taken natural number here, because division by 0 is not possible. Division by 0 is not possible. So here, suppose if division is possible, 7 by 0 division is possible, then answer should be some number, like let it be n. Let it be n. If 7 by 0, if we assume that this division is possible, then its value should be some number like n. If we write inverse operation for this division as multiplication, 0 into n equals to 7. 0 into n equals to 7. But we know that 0 into any number, you can take any number, you will get 0. So this is wrong. Means this is wrong. So division by 0 is not possible. This n into 0 equal to 7 is not possible, because no value of n can be found which make this statement true. So okay. Suppose if you have 0 by 0, 0 by 0 equals to n into 0, 0. If both are zeros, then it may be possible. So both are zeros, it may be possible, but if there is other number other than 0, may not be possible. See here, 7 divided by 0, we have taken as n. N into 0, 7. 0 divided by 0 equals to n. N into 0, 0. What does it mean? What does it mean? Because here it will be meaningless. Because for 0 it may be true. For 0 it may be true. But for other values, for 1, 2, 3, 4, for other values, it may not be true. So 7 divided by 0 does not name any number. Does not name any number. Does not name any number. Here in this also, n into 0 means 0 equals to 0 means, what does it mean? 1 into 0, 0, 2 into 0, 0, 3 into 0, 0, 4 into 0, 0. Means what does it, 0 divided by 0, what does it represents? It represents every number. It represents every number. 7 divided by 0 represents no number. This represents no number. This represents every number. So division by 0 is meaningless. Division by 0 is meaningless. It is meaningless. So next. Next. Suppose if we have A into B equals to C. A into B equals to C. A into B equals to C. It's a multiplication. In terms of division, how can we write? C divided by A equals to B, or C divided by B equals to A. Like this we can write. Like this we can write. So what we are telling, division by 0 is meaningless. Division by 0 is meaningless. So here this above relation, this relation is valid. Means this entire relation is valid. So when A is not equal to 0, B is not equal to 0. Why? Means here we are having C divided by A, C divided by B. In the place of A, if we have 0, it will be meaningless. So this multiplication and division can be true when A is not equal to 0, B is not equal to 0. So then only this relation can be true. This relation can be true. Okay. Means if A is not equal to 0, B is not equal to 0. So A into B equals to C. So we will get some other number. As A is not equal to 0, B is not equal to 0. C also will not be equal to 0. Will not be equal to 0 because for C becoming 0, either A to be 0 or B to be 0. If both are not zeros, C value also not equals to 0. Okay. So for one multiplication fact, we will be having two division facts. This is multiplication. A into B equals to C. That multiplication we can write C divided by A equals to B, C divided by B equals to A. We can write two division facts where A is not equal to B. A is not equal to B. Okay. So in general, this multiplication fact can be written as division fact 1, division fact 2 when if and only if A is not equal to B, A not equal to 0, B not equal to 0. Under this condition, one multiplication fact can be written as two division facts. Can be written as two division facts. Okay. So what we have learned, children, division by 0 is a meaningless operation. So if A, B, C are whole numbers such that B not equal to 0, C not equal to 0, so then A divided by B equals to C, or A divided by C equals to B. We can write in two ways. If B is not equal to 0, C is not equal to 0, how can we write A divided by C equals to B, A divided by B equals to C, or B into C equals to A? Like that also we can write. Suppose A divided by A. If A is a non-zero whole number, A divided by A means division with same number results in 1. Results in 1. Or any number divided by 1 equals to itself. A divided by 1 equals to A itself. A divided by 1 equals to A itself. So next. So here we have some questions, children. So find the value of each of the following. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 questions are there. Find the value of each of the following question. What is the first question? 6, 8, 9, 2, 3 divided by 1. Just now we have learnt A divided by 1 equals to A. Means any number divided by 1 equals to itself. Any big number divided by 1 equals to itself. So answer is 6, 8, 9, 2, 3. Okay. Next. Second question. 0 by 845. So 0 by any number. If 0 is in the numerator part, so then answer will be 0. Answer will be always 0. On my children. Next. Next, third question. Third question. 6389 divided by 6389, bracket open, bracket close, minus 9872 divided by 9872. Here it is in the form of A divided by A. Same number divided by same number. Result is 1. So this value 1 minus same number divided by same number. This value also 1. 1 minus 1 equals to 0. 1 minus 1 equals to 0. Sorry, this is the fourth question. 1 minus 1 equals to 0. Next, third one. 999 plus 1283 divided by 1283, bracket close, 999. This is in the form of what, children? A divided by A. It is in the form of A divided by A. A divided by A, what is the value? 1. So 999 plus 1 equals to 1000. Equals to 1000. Okay, children? So next. So find the value of each of the following. First one, 0 by 39. 0 by any number, 0 only. Second one, 0 by 975. This is also 0 by any number, 0. Next, third, 5 divided by 5. It is in the form of what, children? A divided by A. What is the answer? 1. Fourth one, 701 minus 1869 divided by 1869. 701 minus, it is in the form of what? Same number divided by same number. Result is 1. 701 minus 1, 700. Next, fifth one, 3278 divided by 3278. Already we have done this model. Same number divided by same number, 1, minus same number divided by same number, 1. So result is 0. Result is 0. Next. Next, children. In second question, first one. So here, what is the question? Replace the letter by suitable numeral to make a true statement. What is the first one? 0 divided by B equals to 0. We want to make it true statement. 0 by any number equals to 0. So what we can keep in the place of B, we can keep any number. 0 by 2 equals to 0. It will become true statement. Next. 48 divided by 48 equals to n. So same number divided by same number equals to 1. This will be a true statement. N equals to 1 makes the given statement true. In first question, B equals to 2 makes the statement true. Third, P divided by 7 equals to 0. So when we will get 0, any number divided by 7 equals to 0 divided by 7 equals to 0. Numerator part, 0 to be there. So 0 divided by 7 equals to 0. True statement when P equals to 0. Our fourth one, M divided by 708 equals to 0. So here also 0 by any number equals to 0. So here also M value 0 we have to take to make the statement true. Like that we can guess the values. Next. So answer true or false. So every multiplication fact for two distinct, here distinct means different, non-zero whole numbers gives two corresponding division facts. Correct. Because if you have 2 4 times 8, it's a multiplication factor of two non-zero distinct whole numbers, because 2 and 4 are different. they are not equal to 0. 2 and 4 belongs to two non-zero distinct whole numbers. This is a multiplication fact. It can be written as 8 divided by 2 equals to 4. 8 divided by 4 equals to 2. Means it can be written as two division facts. It can be written as two division facts. So this statement is true. Next, there are no distinct whole numbers A, B, C such that A divided by B divided by C equals to A divided by B divided by C. So it's a division of three whole numbers. Division of three whole numbers. Here in one order, here in one order. They are telling both are same. Both will be same. Both will be same. And one more thing, what they are telling, there are no distinct whole numbers such that A, B, C, such that both are equal. If order changes, values will be equal. Like that, there are no distinct whole numbers A, B, C, like that they are telling. Yes, it is true. Because if we change the order, so here actually, suppose A is 2 divided by 2 divided by 3 divided by 5. Like this they have given. So 2 divided by 3 divided by 5 we can write. So 5 will go up. 10 by 3 we can write. Second one, 2 divided by 3 divided by 5. So what we can write? 2 by what? How we can write? 2 by 3 divided by 5. 2 by 3 divided by 5. In the first example, in the denominator we have again denominator. So we have taken it up. But in second representation, in numerator we have denominator, which will come down. Means, how we can write it? 2 by 3 into 5. So 2 by 15. So one is 10 by 3. Other one is 2 by 15. So first time, if it is in this form, 10 by 3 is coming. If it is in this form, 2 by 15 is coming. So both are not equal. Means there are no elements which makes them equal. This statement is true. This statement is true. Next. If a whole number P is divided by another whole number Q such that Q is greater than P, then P by Q is a whole number. 1 minute, children. What are they telling? If a whole number P divided by another whole number Q such that Q greater than P, then P by Q is a whole number. Means we have P by Q where Q is greater than P. Means if P value is 2, means Q value greater than P. So 5, 2 by 5. They are telling 2 by 5 is a whole number. No, it's not a whole number. If denominator is greater than numerator, then P by Q will not be a whole number. But they are telling it is a whole number. So it is a false statement. It is a false statement. So next, any non-zero whole number divided by itself gives the quotient 1. Any non-zero whole number A divided by itself A gives the quotient 1. True, because A by A equals to 1. So fourth statement, true statement. Fourth statement, true statement. Next run, next question. So in third Roman, 4 questions completed. Now fourth question. What must 789 be multiplied to give 7 to give 7890? What must be multiplied? What must be multiplied to give this one? So 789 1 times, 789 1 times, 789 by 7 we will take down. 7 smaller number than 789, not divisible. We can take 0 here. We can take next number 8, still smaller number. We can take another 0, we can take 9. Now 789, 789. 789 1 times, 789 cancel 0. Here still 1 0 is remaining. We can keep at the quotient. So what is the answer? 10010. Means if 789 is multiplied by 10010 means 10,010, then we will get this number. Next. So multiple choice questions. So fifth one. So in a sum, divisor is 173, quotient is 2544, remainder is 60. Remainder is 60. What will be the dividend? We know the rule. Dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Divisor into quotient plus remainder. Here children. So dividend equals to, what is the divisor here? 173 into quotient how much? 2544 plus remainder how much? 60. We have to find the dividend. So if we observe here, in units place, just by checking the unit place, we can guess the answer. So we have to just by, instead of calculating entire answer, just we can check the answer by the units place. So 3 4 times 12 plus 0, 12. So in units place, we can multiply. We can multiply the units place here with 3. We can multiply 4 and 0 we can add. 3 into 4 plus 0 means 12 plus 0 equals to 12. So in the answer, in units place, 12 should be there. In the dividend, in the units place, 2 should be there. 2 should be there. Here there is no 2, wrong. There is no 2, wrong. Here 2 is there. It may be our guess. Here there is no 2, wrong. So only one option is there. You can simply click that answer. You can simply keep that answer. Okay. Sometimes, not always, because in all the options, if you have 2, here also if you have 2, here also 2, here also if you have 2, then you have to do all. But we can guess, because there is only only one option 2 is there, we can guess that is the answer. Otherwise you have to do it completely, then you have to add this one, you will get the answer. Next, a cinema hall is to be constructed in which each row must have 36 seats. So row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, like that. Each row should have 36. Each row should have 36 seats. Determine the minimum number of rows required to seat 600 persons at a time. So we want to arrange 600 persons in the rows at a time. Means we can divide with 36. Then we will get how many number of rows we want to construct. 36 1 times 36, 4, 2, 240. 36 6 times or 7 times. 7 times will be 7 6 times 42 more. 6 times. We will take 6 times. 6 6 36. 6 3 times 18 plus 3 21. So 4 24 means we need 16 complete rows, each one having 36 seats, and we need one extra row which should have at least 24 seats, so that we can arrange 600 members together. Means we need 17 rows. We need 17 rows because 16 rows, if we arrange 16 rows, still 24 will be the remainder. So we need one extra row with 24 seats or 36 seats. So then only we can arrange 600 persons at a time. So answer is 17. Okay children, that's all for today. So thank you for watching our video. So please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates. Thank you. Have a good day.